Yoga is an ancient physical, mental, and spiritual practice which originated in India thousands of years ago.
Right leg at the knee and place the foot under the right buttock.
Yoga is defined as an ascetic discipline which includes breath control, simple meditation, and the adoption of specific bodily postures widely practiced for health and relaxation.
With body awareness. Exhale. Bring the head down and the chin on the hands.
Today it is practiced in various forms around the world and continues to grow in popularity.
Position. Relax. Should practice this asana with one leg alternatively.
Recognizing its universal appeal, the United Nations declared 21st June as the International Day of Yoga in 2014. Yoga is also now gaining popularity in Bhutan, especially among the urban dwellers in Thimphu. To mark the day in Bhutan, over 1,000 of volunteers gathered at the Changlimithang Stadium in Thimphu to take part in the mass yoga session organized by the Nehru-Wangchuck Cultural Center from Indian Embassy in Bhutan.
Clockwise direction. Inhale. Go back. Exhale. And come down.
Ngaragi mindi pemasalin silawi te ngada na yoga na zidi lo chida chiasi ten dina zigo bine ne dindia gachimula wachinda ngara towa yini digi ngaragi lidi su kar da de toto bedinida da ngaragi lokhana bere da charo dische darin be da achi ya thete be chome
ani migi namga omsela yoga gutsudi lo cham dechi anyola yoga dinam sunde jum dolanga jani ani migraine gi gutona ni disu telanga chigani pogi ni jani gastritic disu ani se karalu pheme telanga jara zu kamchani deto to bedemela yoga di kanchara karaberu yoga chi wachini zo zugi tenne yoga nami sunde jum do se shunila.
I've started the yoga since the last month, and it has enchanted and encouraged me to interact with my mind, spiritual, and my body. And I would like to thank my coordinators and all my teachers and my friends who had supported me to come up for this platform.
I have been learning yoga for 7 years. Before I used to become sick, BP low and lots of health problem. I was a weak lady. Now my health is perfect. My hemoglobin was low, now my hemoglobin is almost 18.
Up to shoulder level and bend the knee by the sides and turn out to the shoulder. While inhaling, bring the head to the center. Bend the head forward, trying to touch the chest with the chin.
Yoga is a holistic way of being. It is the complete and the perfect cure, as they say, for body, mind and spirit. And I think I would urge all Bhutanese, if I may, that if you practice yoga regularly, consistently, you will see the benefits yourself. We do believe that yoga leads to a calmer, peaceful, more serene personality, and in our own small special way, I think this can lead to something big in the long run. The Nehru-Wangchuck Center has over the years done wonderful work. We hold free yoga classes, not just in Thimphu, but across Bhutan. We have a yoga teacher from India who travels extensively and is very happy to give his services to whoever demands more. And my advice, since you're asking me, to all young Bhutanese in particular and to Bhutanese of all age groups is try yoga and see the difference. Be regular, and I'm sure and positive that this will change your life.
On the inner side of the left thigh.
Puzangpola, I am Tilumaya Pauril, a yoga teacher. I started practicing yoga from 2010. So I am a full-time yoga teacher and freelance yoga teacher also. I started my first yoga training in 2009 because I was sick from 2006. So I was having UTI when I was in class 4. I had eye problem when I was in class 7. Then from class 8 I started getting ulcer. Then slowly many things went inside my body, like abnormalities. Then I started developing depression, a few attempts to suicide. Then I was more into like addict. I went into like drinking, smoking and drugs also. I was like full kind of addict person. So from there my left side of my body, my left part of my body started to paralyze slowly. So I stopped getting the sensation and everything, but no symptoms were found why it's happening. But later on it was found that I had a very extreme low blood pressure, like 45 to 35, which is equal to no. So because of that I used to fall down time and again, like no fixed time when I will fall and where I will fall. So it was like life-threatening to me. So, and some doctors, they suggested me to do the open heart surgery. So they thought that it might be like heart problem because brain was normal. But in real thing, my brain was not normal because my peripheral nervous system, it was not working properly, which is a sympathetic nervous system. It was really activated. So I was always in that position, like fight or flight. So many things happen, and I think ulcer also happened because of that, because no digestion during that situation when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, and also UTI happened because of that, because crystals forms, lots of protein and all these things. So then due to alcohol it added up. So then after that in 2009 I met with my husband. So he told me to do yoga with Ramdev Baba. So instead of going to the hospital, we opted for Ramdev Baba. We were with him for 18 days. I did like one-to-one class with him for 18 days. That time he suggested me to go to Dev Sanskriti University, where I have done my master's and my certificate course, everything from there. So I went there, I met with the chancellor, and they gave me 9 days treatment, including pranic healing, yakopathy, which is like fire sacrificing, that thing, then naturopathy, healing with the 5 natural elements. Then I did yoga practices, then panch karma, shirodhara and everything. So in 9 days, like I could feel little bit of changes on my skin, like I could at least have that sensitivity. So from there, then I have decided that I'll do the certificate course in yoga and alternative therapy. So I got the admission there. So I was there, and for the 6 months I did 2 hours morning and evening without compromising any days. I didn't leave Sunday also. I was doing continuously because I need to heal. Slowly after, but it took long time. After 1 year I came to this position like normal. So later on I found that I even had that UTI, no more. Ulcer also, because ulcer you can always make out from the face or anything, like your skin also. Then next one is I removed my glasses completely. So this removing of the glasses, it took me a little bit more time. I removed my glasses on 2013. So this ulcer and everything, it started like healing completely in 2011, before I had my baby. So then slowly then I thought like just doing certificate course is not enough to teach the public. So I could find many shortcomings in me. 9 months course is not so enough. So I need to learn about human body, diseases and everything. So I opted for masters. So in 2013 I went back to do the masters with my daughter only. So 2015 I finished my masters. During my master course I took up many competitions. So in first competition, which was held in Dehradun, it was like a state level championship. So there I got like silver medal. Then next competition was held in Haryana, All India Yoga Championships, where there were like 8,000 participants. So there I got like 5th position. Then in Pondicherry there was International Yoga Championship, where around 26 countries they participated there. So there I was again like gold medalist. So I got like good performing like certificate as a physical practice, written exam, viva you have to give, then meditation. So there also, like, I had a very good competition, and like I could make myself like and my country proud, you know, that at least I can do something competing with other countries. So from there, like, then I start like full swing yoga, like full-time yoga practices with the people, because at least now I got idea about like our human body, different diseases, what are the postures related to that disease, and what are the postures that you should not do during that diseases. And also, like, before we did headstand, so for the public what I want to say is, you shouldn't be doing headstand during the period again, the energy will flow upward. Pregnancy you can do if you are a master. And if you have a red eye problem, every time, like when your eyes gets irritated, your eyes becomes red, right? That time headstand shouldn't be done. And during the pain of the migraine problem, it will heal, but during the pain you should not do. Then next one is those who have heart problem. Okay, headstand you shouldn't be doing. And those who have like injured neck from this part, headstand should be avoided completely. And children below 13 years should not do headstand. It's not safe for them, because blood will go instantly to their brain and it will react to their eyes for the kids. But in taekwondo and everything, I have seen doing the headstand, but for 5 seconds no problem. But 10, 15, 20 seconds, it's very dangerous for the kids, headstand. Yoga, so that's how I came to know like who to do, whom not to do, why to do, why not to do, do's, don'ts, contradictory poses, like counter poses, what are the good poses, you know, for different common diseases. Yoga postures are like, there are different yoga postures starting from your cough and cold till your cancer. Today we are going to do 5 yoga postures, which is a set of Tibetan yoga practiced by monks and nuns in the monasteries, but it can be done with all the local people of all the ages and all the gender also. So we'll demonstrate the yoga postures one by one. There are 5 postures. So the first posture is spinning. It's also known as going with the universe. First one, spinning, you can keep your hands exactly at 180 straight. Open your chest. Then from this you'll inhale, open your chest once more. Now with the normal breath you'll rotate towards right side, feeling the rotation of the universe against your palms. Palms should be facing downwards. So you'll rotate minimum 7 times. If you want, you can go up to 21 times. This is the pose, so you'll just rotate towards right side. Benefit of this one is this will help you to regulate the earth element in your body, and this is helpful for your first chakra, which is the energy center, which is known as root center or the Muladhara chakra. In posture, you can release down. You can lie down in a corpse pose. Lie down. First posture, you'll bend your knees. You'll keep your hands at the side, your palms facing downwards. Inhale, you'll straighten up both the legs up to 90 degrees with the toes pointed. It should not be opened, it should be closed. Exhale, lift your head and try to look at your sex chakra, exactly at the lower abdomen. In the second posture, you'll inhale, take your head completely down and take your legs to 30 degrees with the locked knees. Your thighs should be very tight. Again, exhale, you'll come to the same position. Lift up. This also you'll do 7 times. But between each posture, you have to take 3 deep breaths just to relax yourself and to bring your heart to the normal beat. So this posture is related to your sex chakra and its element is water. Next, third position is camel pose. You'll spread out your legs a little bit so that you can feel much more easier. Those who are a little bit flexible and reach their hands to the heels, they can do the pose in this way. You can see here. You'll hold on your heels. While inhaling, you'll push this part of your body forward. Open your chest completely, drop your head. You have to feel the stretch starting from your chin till your lower abdomen. Exhale, you'll come to rabbit pose. This is a counter pose for your extreme back. Now, those who can't hold the heels, there is another option. Hold on your waist. You'll open your chest with the elbows almost closed, and you'll just open your chest. You'll just be here. Inhale, you'll hold the pose. With the exhalation, you'll release, go to the counter pose. This one is for the navel center, which is a fire element. To regulate the fire element or to regulate your digestive system. Now the fourth posture, tabletop pose. So you'll sit in stick pose, which is also known as Dandasana. You'll be in stick pose, your legs will be together. So your back should be straight, hands at the side of your bottom, exactly. Now when you inhale, you'll push your body slightly forward and lift your hip as high as possible. With the open chest, you'll drop your head completely. Knees should be together. Exhale, you'll come to the same position where your legs are straight in a stick pose. This also you'll do 7 times, which is related to your heart, and it's an air element. Now the final one, fifth position, is upward and downward facing dog pose. In a dog pose, you have to keep your hands exactly at the side of your waist. People misunderstand dog pose and cobra pose by putting the hand at the same position. In cobra pose, your hands are at the side of your upper ribs or like your chest. But in upward facing dog pose, your hands should be at the waist. Exactly here, okay, which touches your lower ribs with your fingers. So you'll be in this position. Now you'll inhale, lift your whole upper body part. Open your chest. You'll drop your head back. Knees locked. You'll support yourself with the toes. Exhale, you'll lift your hip as high as possible. Keep your spine straight. The shoulder blade should be before your upper back. This should be below your shoulder blades, okay? And you have to drop your head completely. Lock your knees. The stretch should hit this part and this part. Again, you'll do this 7 times. Minimum and maximum 21 times. This will help you to regulate the space element in your body. So it's related to your throat chakra. Yeah? And also this is one of the posture where you can improve your thoughts, higher level of thoughts. First one, it's related to the lower thoughts. We try to bring it up. So when we end with the upward and downward facing dog pose, we end with the higher level of thoughts, positive thinking. Yeah? This is a complete 5 postures known as 5 rites of Tibet, or it's practiced by the Buddhist monks and nuns. And also this posture, it really helps you to regenerate yourself. Since it's related to the chakras and the energy flow, you have lots of negative energy in your sex chakra. So it will flow upward, giving you lots of laziness. You don't feel like doing anything, and you feel kind of lethargic. So you'll feel lethargic. So not to be done during the. And if you have hypertension, avoid this spinning. And those who have the vertigo, they shouldn't be doing this spinning. They can start from the second posture.
My name is Yeshul Harden. I'm a yoga instructor with the Manipur Yoga Studio in Thimphu. And today we're going to talk about the yogic lifestyle. So when we say yoga, there are several aspects. So not just the asana and the posture. So you have how you sleep, how you eat, how you talk, your actions. And today we're going to look at diet and the yogic diet, so the aspect of diet in the practice of yoga. So what is yogic diet? So in yoga, diet is classified into 3 systems. So you have the Satwik diet, you have the Rajasik diet, and then you have the Tamasic diet. So when we talk about Satwik diet is the purest form of food. So food that is mild, organic, fresh, as local as possible, with minimum chemicals, minimum processing. So that is Satwik diet. So a diet that calms the mind, that helps you in reaching your highest level of consciousness. So examples of Satwik diets are whole grains, fresh fruit and vegetables, fresh fruit juices, nuts, legumes, and food that is not overcooked or overripe or undercooked. And then you have Rajasik diet. So Rajasik diet is anything that is very salty, very spicy, too rich, too sugary. So extreme, so food that overstimulates the body and overexcites the passions. So that is called Rajasic food. Then you have Tamasic food. So tamasic food is stale food, very bland food, rotten food, food that creates lethargy in the body, makes the mind and body really dull. So that is tamasic food. So for any serious yogic practitioner, Satwik diet, the purest form of food, is recommended. When we talk about a yogic diet and the yogic way of eating, so even in yoga texts like the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, there is a mention that when you eat, do it as an offering to the divine. So whatever you eat, treat it as an offering, because this doesn't matter what path you choose in life. This is the only body you have that will take you there. So treat your body right. And there is a mention in the same text about filling half your stomach with food, 1/4 with water and 1/4 with air. And now this relates to supporting efficient digestion in your system. And in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, there's also a mention that the way you eat, how you eat, should be part of your sadhana, for life itself is a sadhana. And now to talk about a diet, let's look at one definition of yoga. So yoga is also defined as yogaha karmasu kaushalam. So action. So whatever you do, whatever action you do it with full consciousness, be present. So even in eating, be conscious of what you're putting in your mouth, how you're fueling your body, what are you eating, how are you eating. So all of this becomes part of your yogic practice. And like I mentioned earlier, the Satwik diet is the purest form of diet recommended for any serious yogic practitioner. So a diet that nourishes the body, supports the body in reaching your highest level of consciousness. So when we talk about yogic diet, as I mentioned earlier, a Satwik diet, the purest form of diet, is recommended for any serious yogic practitioner. So if you look at the life of the Buddha, so after years of penance, the Buddha was offered a bowl of milk rice, pure milk rice, unprocessed, in the purest form with much devotion. And after that, the Buddha attained enlightenment. So it made the pathway for his enlightenment. It nourished his body, it nourished his mind after years of penance. So for yoga practitioners, especially in our training as instructors, we were encouraged to become vegetarians or to follow a vegetarian diet. Now, in my opinion, I think being vegetarian or not is really a personal choice. Personally, I have been a vegetarian for decades now, and this is the path I've chosen for myself. There are a lot of benefits in being a vegetarian. For instance, animal protein is very high in uric acid and a lot of toxins, and it takes a lot of toll on the liver to eliminate the uric acid. And at times, not all of it can be eliminated, and it gets deposited in your tissues, your joints, which later on leads to conditions like arthritis, cancer, and also animal protein is very high in cholesterol. So when cholesterol builds up, it blocks the arteries, causes a lot of heart problem, lifestyle problems later on. And from a philosophical and yogic point of view, high amounts of uric acid in the bloodstream is considered an irritant, like it inhibits your ability to reach your highest level of consciousness. So these are some reasons, if you look at a physiological and philosophical point of view, why a vegetarian diet is recommended. And if you look at plant-based proteins, like protein from nuts, legumes, leafy greens, dairy, so their end residue is cellulose, which is inert to the body and easily digestible by your body. So these are some reasons why a vegetarian diet is recommended. A friend once told me that being vegetarian or not is really in the mind, because sometimes a vegetarian can cause more harm than a non-vegetarian. So that's why I don't go out and really advocate it or enforce people to become vegetarians. It really comes down to becoming a personal choice. But for serious yogic practitioners and in our training, we have been encouraged to follow a vegetarian diet. So we're very lucky to be in Bhutan, where we have fresh produce and food that has minimum processing, organic by default in many instances. So I'm going to demonstrate how to make a very simple breakfast pancake using our local ingredients. So you have pumpkin flour, banana flour, and sweet buckwheat flour. So this is an eggless version. And you can either use egg or not. And we have milk. You can even replace the milk with water if you'd like. And now the ratio is 2, 2, and 1. Yeah? So if we start on, okay. So I'm using sweet buckwheat flour. Okay. And then you have your banana flour next. So I must mention the ingredients are all locally grown, as much as possible organic, and also packed locally. And pumpkin flour. And in this, if you'd like, you can also add cassava powder or arrowroot powder. And then you need to ensure that all your powders, the flours, mix properly. Mix your flours together. And then you add your milk. So after you get this consistency, very fluid, it's ready for the pan. Okay. And then you just, because you want on low heat. So this is what I eat for breakfast almost on a daily basis. And I add clarified butter, ghee, just a spoonful, and also apple jam. So this apple jam is made from local apples from Bhutan, and it has almost 50% less sugar than what you get in other jams in the market. So I'd like to end by quoting something from the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. There is a statement that goes like this: Yogaha vritta chitta nirodha, which means the cessation of the modifications of the mind is yoga. So with the Satwik Diet, it will support you in maintaining a fit body and help your mind reach its highest level of consciousness. Okay, so thank you.